This is my project presentation in National Service Training Program, also known as the NSTP. Now, I will focus on the Literacy Training Service or the LTS, but first, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Jaisel Benalibase. You can call me Jaisel, 19 years of age, from Policarpio Street, General Tiburcio de Leon, Valenzuela City. I am currently taking Bachelor of Secondary Education, BS Ed, major in English in Our Lady of Lourdes College, Valenzuela. Before we dive into the main objectives of this presentation, let us know what is LTS or the Literacy Training Service. Literacy Training Service, LTS, is a program designed to train students to teachers of literacy and numeracy skills to school children, out-of-school youth, and other segments of society in need of their service. What are the benefits of NSTP LTS? The purpose of this program is to recognize the youth's vital role in nation building, promote consciousness among youth, and develop their physical and moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being. It shall inculcate in the youth patriotism, nationalism, and advance their involvement in public and civic affairs. So, why is LTS important? Literacy Training Service. As a pre-service teacher, I am taking the Literacy Training Service Program or LTS. LTS is one of the program components of National Service Training Program or the NSTP that focuses on training students with skills and potential in teaching literacy and numeracy. It aims to strengthen the knowledge, skills, and values of the future educators to be used not only in the field of teaching but also in volunteering to teach literacy and numeracy to young ones, out-of-school youth, and indigenous children. Literacy is crucial to the success of individuals in both their careers, aspirations, and their qualities of life. To start with, here's my objectives for today's presentation. Objectives: introducing my respondents, the interview, project proposal, teaching demonstration or project execution, and lastly, the experience. Introducing my respondent. My respondent, namely Francisco R. Osorio, or you can call him as Moshi, a male, which is 16 years of age. He was born August 12, 2005 in Valenzuela City. Residence of Emisa Street, General Tiburcio de Leon, Valenzuela City. My relationship to him is that he is my family friend. Moshi is currently a grade 11 student in General Tiburcio de Leon National High School, taking up Humanities and Social Sciences strand, which is belong to the academic strand. His personal hobbies are playing online games, watching movies, singing, and reading books. After knowing my respondent, let us now move on to my interview with my respondent. So before having an interview, we are assigned to observe first our respondents, and we're also assigned to formulate an SNA or the Student's Needs Assessment question composing of 5 questions. After observing my respondents, the following questions I formulate will be discussed and answered to the next video. So without further ado, let's get started. A pleasant day, everyone. I am Jaisel Benalibase from the Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, Year 1. Today, I am with my respondent. Please introduce yourself.
I am Francisco Osorio, friend of Miss Jaisel, 16 years of age, a male, living in Emisa Street, General Leon, Valenzuela City. Currently taking Humanities and Social Sciences, a grade 11 student.
So now, we'll be having the Student's Needs Assessment, also known as the SNA. I have 5 questions that you're going to answer honestly and truthfully. So without further ado, let's get started. Mayroon ka bang asignatura ngayong senior high school na sa tingin mo naghihirapan ka? Kung mayroon ito, ano ito at bakit?
Mayroon po, ito ay ang asignaturang pagsasaliksik o ang PR1 o Practical Research 1. Lalo na ngayon sa aming strand, mahirap magsagawa ng online survey o mahirap isagawa ang research. Lalo na ang strand ko ay natutuon sa pag-iintindi sa tao o sa kapaligiran ko.
Kapag ba nararanasan mong hindi mahagilap o makontak ang iyong kagrupo, ano ang kadalasang ginagawa mo, lalo na kung ang sitwasyon ay magpapasahan na?
Kadalasan po, nagbibigay ako ng konsiderasyon, pero kung sa tingin ko ay hindi naman sapat ang rason, hindi ko po siya sinasama sa chapter na yun. O kung kaya naman po ay binibigyan ko po siya ng kondisyon na ayusin niya ang pagtatrabaho para sa susunod na chapter namin. At kapag nakita kong deserving po, doon ko lang po isinasama sa panahon po kasi ngayon mahirap na ang mental health ang mapabayaan. Kaya kung wala pong sikap ang kagrupo ko at stress po ang dala sa amin, palagi ko pong mindset na hindi naman po ako magsisisi sa huli.
Ikatlong tanong, mayroon ka bang mga kaibigan, kamag-anak o mas nakakatanda sa'yo na tinutulungan ka sa asignaturang ito?
Mayroon naman po. Kung minsan po yung mga kaibigan ko, kapag may chapter akong hindi naiintindihan, handa naman po silang mag-elaborate. O mas ipaiintindi sa akin yung chapter na po ngayon. Sa mas nakakatanda naman po sa akin, ang ate ko po ang nagbabasa o nagpo-proofread kung okay na po ba o may kulang o kailangang baguhin.
Ang aking uling katanungan ay, may maitutulong ba sa iyo o may maidudulot ba sa iyo ang pananaliksik para sa hinaharap?
Opo, meron po. Dahil sa pananaliksik, maaari akong magkaroon ng sapat na kaalaman hinggil sa iba't ibang issue o paksang napapanahon. Dahil ang pananaliksik ay nagpapayaman ng kaisipan, lumalawak ang kaisipan ng isang mananaliksik dahil sa walang humpay na pagbasa, nag-iisip, nanunuri at naglalahad o naglalapat ng interpretasyon.
So that's it. That was our interview. Thank you for participating with me with this. It means a lot to me. After the interview, let's now move on to my project proposal. The project proposal entitled Nook, a Research Book. The project proponent and implementer is yours truly, J. Salbenali J. Base. So, let me explain my title first, Nook, a Research Book. Yung Nook kasi, di siya katulad ng library na lahat nandun. Like, para sa akin, ang nandun lang is yung mga approved research ng mga dating researchers wherein all students can browse freely, kumuha ng ideas or what. Siyempre, sa Nook na yon, may iba't ibang topics. Yung Nook na yon is merong nakadesign katulad sa library, pero sa Nook na yon, ang nandun is yung proper usage ng citation and proper formatting. Also, yung mga research nga ng mga dating researchers. So, let's now move on to my objectives. The general purpose of the project is to improve the way that a student can easily understand the research within their home, school, and locality. This will be beneficial not only for my respondent but also to the future researchers. This Nook, a research book, is dedicated to discuss, exchange ideas, shared knowledge of students' work, and to provide readers with current research topics. The objectives of this project proposal are to promote exchange of information and knowledge in research work, new invention and developments in information management towards the structuring of an information that is popular nowadays. The third objective is to provide opportunity, ensuring freedom and equal access to information for all the members of the community to educate and enlighten them. The fourth one, to maintain and preserve research books, materials, and resources in an organized collection to provide members of the community these materials and enrich their personal and professional lives. The last one is to provide materials and resources that entertain and inspire as well as service offering space for people and information to come together and program that would create research awareness and consciousness. Background or rationale. Nowadays, students tend to get scared to participate in any class discussion, especially if the discussion will fall on research. Students find research method courses boring or terrifying or both. This coupled with limited in-class time for practicing the application of concept hindered students' enjoyment of the class as well as students' learning. One of the challenges of teaching research method is breaking through the preconceived notion that the course will be boring and to show them that it actually can be really fun. The other challenges is to get rid of the fear and anxiety that surrounds methods and statistics because it's all very doable. and studies reveal that research helps restore and protect memory and enhance mathematics and problem-solving skills. Therefore, it prepares the mind for a better understanding of concepts and theories. A person's learning capacities is improved and they can perform better in comparison who's reluctant to research. Justification. In 2019, there is a similar project as my project proposal, but it was created by the teachers of Gente de Leon National High School Senior High Department. As the project goes by, I find it very successful because that time when they often a space for researchers to have a time to see the approved research of the past researchers, the researchers of that time set a positive feedback about the said space for research because they found it very beneficial for them and to others. The teacher tells the students that the main purpose of the project serves as the guide in creating their own research paper. As the teacher of Gente de Leon National High School aims to serve researchers at that time a space for research, I perceive a reason to improve it and to possible implement it when we return to face-to-face classes. Also, while we're in the new normal setup of learning, I discovered that this thing can be possible with the use of different social media platforms. As a college student in today's learning setup, I can say that this can be possible by creating a drive which can be accessed not only by my friends but also by the researchers of this time. Benefits. This project will give benefits not only for my respondent but also to students, future researchers, and schools. The project will benefit to my respondents for it will serve as his guide to continue to improve and learn proper ways and techniques for him to be able to love research. To the student, it will benefit the students to realize that creating their research paper can improve fostering critical thinking and analytical skills through hands-on learning, defining academic career and personal interests, expanding knowledge and understanding of a chosen field outside the classroom, developing one-on-one connection with distinguished faculty in their field, building community with fierce faculty and organization on and off the campus. To future researchers, the project will give benefit to the future researchers because this project can serve as their guide and also to give them inspiration to them to learn and do not fear of creating it because it's very doable. To the school, specifically other school will benefit to this project by means of they can implement this project to their school and give guide to the future researchers. Coverage. Since my respondents studied at Gente de Leon National High School, the project will be implemented in Gente de Leon National High School. The project will focus on creating Nook for a research book that will be made by the proponent when the face-to-face classes resume. Methodology. The proponent of the proposed project will go preparably to the office to offer the said proposal to the faculty members of Gente de Leon National High School. Upon approval, the proponents will prepare the things needed such as creating a blueprint or the possible construction of the Nook. Then the participant would then start to open it preferably when the start of face-to-face classes in January 2022. Consistently, effective communication, discipline, and respect should be maintained by accomplishing and implementing the proposed project.
Our topic for today's discussion is about citing sources. Why and how to do it. When you do a research paper for your project, you need to cite or document your research. Your sources are the materials in which you found the information you use. It does not matter what type of sources it is. It can be a print or online, it can be image or conversation, it can be copyrighted or not. Some examples of sources are magazines, newspapers, books, interview, music, website, videos, charts, or graph. I could go on and on, but you get the idea?
Yes.
All of these sources were created by someone. Each works belong to the person who created it. The work is the person's intellectual property. So why cite? When you find a useful bit of information, you may be thinking, wait, I found this on the internet. It was free. Why do I need to cite? Remember, it does not matter where you got the information. It does not matter if you paid for it or not. It does matter that you are using someone else's intellectual property. That's why you always have to document your sources. When you document your sources, you give credit to the persons whose ideas you use. You need to give credit when you use an author's exact words and when they summarize or rewrite their ideas. Not giving credit makes it seems like the idea was your own. If someone used your work, you'd want to get credit for it too. Using information from the people without crediting them is called plagiarism. Do you have an idea what is plagiarism, Moshi?
Sa pagkakalam ko po, ang plagiarism ay ang paggamit o pagkuha ng idea or gawa ng ibang tao nang hindi sila bibigyan ng acknowledgement or credit.
So, tama yon, that's right. Plagiarism is presenting someone else's word or idea as your own with or without their consent. By incorporating it into your work without full acknowledgement, all published and unpublished material, whether in manuscript, printed, or electronic form, is covered under the definition. Plagiarism may be intentional or reckless or unintentional under the regulation of 4 examinations. Intentional or reckless plagiarism is a disciplinary offense. Another reason to cite is to allow your reader to find your sources for their own use. For example, they want to read one of your sources to learn even more about the topic. Finally, citing sources lends authority to your work and lets your teacher know that you did your research. Showing all that you got your ideas from expert makes your arguments or case stronger. So, how to create citations? So now that you know you need to cite your sources, let's find out how to do it. To cite means to identify the sources you use in your work. Basically, you write down the details that will help someone else find the sources or your source. There are 2 places where you might include citations in your paper. Your teacher may require you to have or to give credit for specific ideas and quotations within your paper. Your teacher may require you to credit for specific ideas and quotations within your paper. This is called the in-text citations, and it lists the author's name. It lists the author's name, the page number. It lists the author's last name and the page number where the information was found in the source. Let's take a look at the example from the research paper that uses a quote from the book The Honeybee's Hive by Joyce Markovits. It takes 1 billion bees to pollinate California's almond crop each year, which is tremendous job to manage, in the words of Joe Turner, a bookkeeper. Quote, "You're really relieved when it's all over." Markovits 26. Notice that the in-text citation includes the author's last name, Markovits, and the page number, which is 26, and close in parentheses. For any research project, you must always include an alphabetized list of all the sources you use. This is called a bibliography or work cited, and it's provide complete information for each sources. Sometimes you find a citation at the end of the article that you found in the library, database, or in an online encyclopedia. But most of the time, you'll need to make your own citations. There are rules for creating proper citations, like what source details must be included and what order to put them in. So in the next meeting, we will talk about the different types or different styles of citation that most likely to use in research paper. Remember, it is important to cite the sources you use in your research. Do it right? Cite. That's all for today's discussion. Thank you. Now, let's talk about the different types of citation. A citation style is a set of rules on how to cite sources in academic writing. Whenever you refer to someone else's works, a citation is required to avoid plagiarism. Citation style guidelines are often published in an official handbook containing explanations, examples, and instruction. The most common citation styles are the following. The first one is MLA. Moshi, MLA stands for?
Modern Language Association.
That's right. Modern Language Association, or MLA, style in the humanities, for example, literature or languages. So the next one is APA style. Moshi, what is the APA style stands for?
American Psychological Association.
That's right. American Psychological Association, APA style, in the social sciences, for example, psychology or education. Chicago notes and bibliography in history. Chicago author date in the sciences. However, there are many other widely used styles. In this guide, we will cover all the main citation styles used by universities and journals. So, differences between citation styles. Different citation styles have different rules for index citations, reference list entries, and sometimes the formatting of your paper, the difference can be very subtle. So, it's important to carefully check the rules of the styles you are using. Types of index citations. When you refer to a source, for example, by quoting or paraphrasing, you have to add a brief citation in the text. There are three main types of citation. The first one is the parenthetical citation. You put the source reference in parentheses directly in your text. This usually includes the author's last name along with the publication date and or the page number. Just like our topic yesterday, the examples for the index citation, it includes that the maverick is the last name of the author, and the 26 stands for the page number. So, note citation, you put the source reference in a footnote or endnote. The last one is numeric citation. You number each of your sources in the reference list and you use the correct number when you want to cite a source. Reference list entries. At the end of your paper, you include a list of all the sources you cited. Each entry of the list corresponds to an index citation and gives the readers full publication information to easily find the source. Citation styles differ in the naming of this list. In APA, it is the reference page. In MLA, it is the work cited. And in Chicago A, it is the bibliography. There are also differences in the order of information on how we format each entry. The format often depends on the type of sources, for example, book, website, or journal article. Let's move on to the formatting. Some citation styles also have rules about formatting of your paper as a whole. This might include guidelines for what should go on the cover page, margins, spacings, and font size, titles and headings, or even how to write numbers and abbreviations. However, these rules are generally more flexible and less important than the citation rules. It's a good idea to check it if your citation style has formatting guidelines, but if not, aim for a clear, consistent, and easily readable format. MLA style, currently in its 8th edition, was developed by the Modern Language Association and is especially popular in language and literature studies. MLA uses parenthetical citations containing the authors and the page number, while the APA style was created by the American Psychological Association and was originally used in psychology and the social sciences. Today, many other disciplines also use it. APA citation styles uses an author's date system, a parenthetical citation. That's all for today's discussion. Thank you for listening.
So now let's move on to my experience. NSTP LTS 1 is an important subject for me to learn as a future teacher, as it was been discussed that I will learn the concept and on how to competently teach literacy and numeracy skills to out-of-school youth, children belonging to cultural groups, and other people within the society that need services. These concepts and theories will help me learn and develop more skills and knowledge about teaching. Furthermore, it will also be beneficial for me because I learned that during the course of our LTS 1 class, I will be able to learn things about decision making and leadership. And I believe that this lesson will really help me in my future career as an educator, as we have to often make good decisions and become leaders in our own classroom and school. However, I believe that NSTP LTS 1 will not only be beneficial for my future career as a teacher, but it will also be very beneficial in my personal life. I believe that learning how to serve others effectively and developing a greater sense of love and compassion towards those people in need will help me become a better person. I believe that this subject will help me gain more passion and find greater purpose in life, which is to help other people without expecting anything in return. This is the importance of this subject to my personal life. In addition to this, I would like to say that I really appreciate the importance of this subject because I believe that it will not only teach me technical things on how to effectively teach others, but it will also teach me to develop a heart in helping others and making this world a good place to live in. In conclusion, I believe that this subject is very important and beneficial in my future career and my personal life as it will teach me to develop myself more efficiently, and I will also learn how to give my wholehearted effort in serving other people, because serving others is a fulfilling endeavor that will make me a better person and this world a better place. That's all for my video presentation of my project in NSTP1. I hope the following objectives, such as getting to know me and my respondent, interview, project proposal, my project execution, and lastly, my experience in doing this project being presented clearly by yours truly. I hope I inspire each and everyone here in this field to never lose their dreams and be a better version of a future educators.